Welcome to Conquer Your Chaos, Simple Strategies for Healthy Living. My name is Jennifer Shlomovich and I'm a certified coach and I help women live their best lives. Today I'm going to talk about how incorporating vegan whole foods into your diet can be beneficial. Whether you intend to become vegan eventually or working on transitioning into that lifestyle, or you just don't want to eliminate animal products altogether, but you want to work on reducing them. I've shared on here before how I've been vegan for 3.5 years, and it started out as a way to improve my health. I had discovered I was having skin reactions and having eczema and rosacea issues, and I noticed that dairy was a huge culprit for me on making things flare up with my skin. And I also noticed how I didn't like how I felt after eating dairy products. So I started eliminating dairy, and I would do it for like a month, and then I would go back to having like some cheese or ice cream and just felt like crap, and then my skin would start itching. And so dairy was the first thing to go out of my diet. And once in a while I would have some here and there, and then eventually I just pushed it out. After that, I started working on meat. It on and off, I would do maybe like a couple weeks or a month being vegan, and then sliding back, then maybe having fish, and occasionally going back to meat, and then feeling like crap, and eventually just over time, just taking it out, having it back in, or reducing it until I eventually got to the point of feeling comfortable with cutting it out altogether. It was a gradual process. It can especially be a challenge when you have a family who has totally different eating interests than you. And so that was also another challenge for me to work through, and I plan on sharing more in the next few weeks, strategies on how you can eat a way that works best for you while not impacting the way everyone else in your household wants to eat. If you can get everyone on board with you, that's great, that's ideal, but that can be a challenge. And I find that that's a big challenge for a lot of moms out there when your families have different eating interests or requirements. Food, maybe someone has food allergies, or you want to eat more healthier, or even if you eat healthy overall as a family, everyone might have different likes and dislikes with that too. So when you're with a family that has different eating requirements, it can be a challenge, but I've eventually figured out a way on how to get that to work for me, and eat a way that supports me. And I will be sharing more tips and strategies on that in the future, probably the next few weeks. All right, just had a little technical difficulty there. My stand was like sinking, and I kind of like messed everything up a little bit, but I think I got everything back in alignment. So today I'm planning to talk more about what being vegan is and how that's different from vegetarianism. So basically, vegetarians eliminate meat, which is, chicken, pork, beef, but there are vegetarians who will incorporate dairy and eggs into their diet. And then there's also vegetarians who will have fish and seafood, and some of them might have all of that, or some of them might be selective in that. But the main thing is that they don't eat any animal meat. Vegans are different in that they eliminate all animal products altogether, and this includes honey and products that are not food, but things that you wear, clothing, shampoo, makeup, cosmetics, anything that has animal products in it or animal testing in it. So vegans eliminate a lot of that. And their premise is also about animal cruelty, spirituality, and then health also could be a number of reasons why people become vegan. So when I started to become a vegan, it started out as health. I was frustrated with how I was feeling and also concerned about some of my health testing, and so I incorporated vegan over time and becoming a full-fledged vegan out of health reasons. And then after a while, as I was doing more research, it then became more about animal cruelty and environmental reasons as well. And my goal here in my channel and in my coaching is to help other women incorporate vegan food into their diet as a base to help support their health. And so when I talk about vegan eating, I'm going to be focusing more on the health aspect of that. And I'll be sharing more content about that over time. So not all vegan food is healthy. There is vegan junk food that can be processed. So a lot of the veggie burgers and sausages and all those really delicious foods that to sub meat products, a lot of them are processed. They have a lot of oils in them, and they're not healthy to eat on a regular basis. Also, Oreos, for example, are vegan, so you can't have a steady diet of that stuff, even though all of it's really delicious. So just like anybody else, vegans need to be mindful about what they're consuming. Now, it's still better if you're going to have a treat on the health scale. Some of these things are still better than eating a non-vegan version of it. And at the end of the day, it's all about creating a balance that's right for you. Now, whole food plant-based eating, which is also a form of a vegan lifestyle, people who like to follow a whole food plant-based diet may not necessarily be eating that, may not be concerned or be doing it for reasons that vegans would be doing it. So again, for environmental or animal cruelty, they might be doing it for the health aspect, but the whole food plant-based way of eating, and the main focus is about health and not eating processed foods and eliminating oil. And at first that might sound like, ooh, you're taking away all this stuff. But what I love about eating whole food plant-based is that there's really a variety of things you can eat and you feel filled up and you don't feel deprived, and you incorporate a lot of spices and flavors. And it's not about measuring portions. It's about eating the right balance of nutrients and food that's good for you, and it helps balance your body, and you can lose weight and feel better. And that's what I've been using as a basis for myself. And so there are a lot of people who will either follow the whole food plant-based way of eating and then treat themselves to the occasional animal product, hamburger, fried chicken, lasagna using, dairy cheese, some kind of treat, and then that's how they balance things out. And then there's also people who eat whole food plant-based who will have the processed vegan food and treat themselves. And it's all about creating balance. And so what I really love about whole food plant-based eating is it's a really great foundation of taking care of yourself and taking care of your health. There's a lot of studies out there that show how eating this way can improve your heart health, cholesterol, diabetes, your whole cardiovascular system can benefit from it, as well as your skin and a whole variety of other health concerns. You can start taking control of your health by changing how you eat, and whole food plant-based is a great way to get started in doing that. There's a really popular documentary. It was on Netflix for a really long time, and I think it recently was taken off. It's always annoying when you have something you enjoy on Netflix and then it gets taken out. Like right now, I'm really upset that they took off Parks and Recreation. That was one of my favorite go-to shows. But anyway, getting back to Forks Over Knives, they have a great website that has tons of information and recipes that can help you get started, and as well as they talk about the science behind eating this way. And so I'm going to put that website in the show notes below. And also I'm going to include some other recipe websites, because if you're interested in incorporating more vegan, whole food, let me take two. If you're looking to incorporate more vegetarian, take three. If you are looking to incorporate more vegetables into your diet, and you want to eliminate processed food, and you want to eat healthier, but you don't want to feel deprived, and you just want to enjoy what you're eating without stressing out about portion control and this, that, and all the other stressful things that come along with other diets. And I will leave some more recipes, and I'll put some other recipes too in there to put there. And the first way to start changing how you eat is to list out all the things that you currently eat. So if you eat mac and cheese and pizza and all of those types of things, there's healthier versions of that you can eat and not feel guilty about eating it. So, or as guilty, depending on what the components are. But I've had delicious mac and cheese using butternut squash and other types of things, and just there's a lot of room for creativity and flavor. And it can be fun to try new stuff and to trick your family and be like, can you guess what's in here? And yeah, so it's about having fun with food and trying new things and improving your health all at the same time. So a great way to get started is list out all of the things that you currently eat, and then see how you can sub out certain ingredients with plant-based ones that are much better for you. So I'm going to leave some resources in the show notes below. I also recently posted on my blog my recipe for gluten-free vegan chocolate chip pumpkin loaf. So I will leave that in the show notes as well if you're looking for something delicious to bake and have something much healthier for you than something else that's loaded with oil and sugar and other stuff. So I'm going to leave that for you in the show notes. And yeah, so stay tuned. I am working on some more things, and I do have some interviews planned, and that'll be coming up, just working through scheduling, logistics, and all of that. And if you like this episode, click the like button, and also subscribe if you are interested in seeing more things that I release and being alerted to when I do put them out. I do put out new videos every Wednesday. I don't have a set time on when I do put them out on Wednesday, but it always comes out on Wednesday. I'm working more on getting things out on a certain time. But yeah, right now I'm definitely putting something out every Wednesday, and at some point maybe I'll release videos on other days. But yeah, so subscribe if you want to be alerted to when I do release content, and thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.